In November 2020, something terrifying happened in the ocean near British Columbia. Out of nowhere, a massive wave as tall as a 4-story building rose up and tossed a lonely little buoy way up in the air. Scientists later confirmed that it was the most extreme rogue wave ever recorded. Such a wave is so rare that experts think that something like that might only happen once every 1,300 years. Interestingly, if that buoy hadn't been floating there at just the right time, we might have never known this wave even happened. For a long time, people thought rogue waves were just sailor stories, something like scary tales passed around on ships. But in 1995, everything changed. On New Year's Day, a monstrosity of a wave 85 ft tall slammed into an oil platform off the coast of Norway. Scientists were shocked since their models had never predicted a wave that big. That wave became known as the Doppler wave, and that was the first proof that rogue waves were real. Since then, scientists have spotted more of those giant waves even in lakes. The one near a place called Uklid on Vancouver Island was special, not because it was the tallest, but because it was lots bigger than the waves around it. You see, to be called a rogue wave, a wave has to be more than twice as tall as the ones nearby. The Doppler wave was about twice the height of the other waves around it. But the Uklid wave, it was nearly 3 times taller than its neighbors. When scientists said this made it probably the most extreme rogue wave ever recorded. Now imagine a huge wall of water suddenly rising in the middle of a calm sea. That's the kind of ocean drama we're talking about. Very few rogue waves have ever been seen with human eyes, especially not ones that extreme. Scientists are still trying to understand how these monster waves form so that they can get better at predicting them before they strike. To do that, they track rogue waves in real time and run computer models to see how wind and water team up to create such powerful surges. Now, the giant wave off Uklid was picked up by a special buoy floating offshore. That buoy wasn't alone. It was part of a whole network placed out at sea by a research group called Marine Labs. Their goal is to learn more about the dangerous surprises the deep ocean can throw at us. Even when rogue waves happen far from land, they're still a serious threat. They can smash into ships, damage offshore wind farms, or wreck oil rigs. And if they come close enough to the coast, they can easily put people at the beach in danger, like it happened in April 2025 in Australia. Thankfully, the Uklid wave didn't hurt anyone, and neither did the famous Draupner wave before it, but other rogue waves haven't been so harmless. Back in the 1970s, some ships vanished without a trace, and now scientists think freak waves might have been to blame. Bits of wreckage were sometimes found later. They were torn apart as if struck by a massive wall of water. Scientists think we could see more of these waves in the future, and this prediction is quite alarming. A 2020 study predicted that wave heights in the North Pacific might rise as the climate continues to change. That means the Uklid waves record might not last as long as once expected. To make things even more intense, new research suggests these waves can be up to 4 times taller than scientists used to believe. And honestly, it sounds terrifying. Imagine sailing in the middle of the ocean and seeing a sky-high wall of water rising out of nowhere in front of your eyes. And rogue waves appear just like that, unexpectedly, unpredictably, in the open ocean. No exact size that makes a wave a rogue wave. They've been measured anywhere from 26 ft, like a 2-story house, to more than 80 ft tall. These waves are super steep, have sharp towering peaks, and can be strong enough to damage ships or oil rigs. But what causes them? That's where it gets tricky. There isn't just one thing that makes a rogue wave happen. They can form when different wave systems crash into each other. Think of it like a bunch of waves from different directions suddenly lining up just right, and boom, they combine into one huge wave that's way taller than usual. Other things can help too, like fast ocean currents, strong shifting winds, or certain underwater features like reefs or deep channels. Those can force waves into a small space, making them stack up. And still, when scientists know all these ingredients, rogue waves are still super rare and really hard to predict. Rogue waves aren't the same as tidal waves or tsunamis. Even though rogue waves can be just as dangerous, they occur for different reasons. Tidal waves happen because the moon and sun pull on Earth's water. making oceans rise and fall. Tsunamis happen when earthquakes, volcanoes, or big underwater landslides push giant waves across the ocean. Rogue waves, on the other hand, suddenly show up out of nowhere in the open sea. Big ships and oil rigs are built to handle waves up to about 50 ft tall, but rogue waves often get even bigger than that. That's why they can cause a lot of damage. For example, in December 2022, a huge rogue wave slammed into the cruise ship Viking Polaris near Antarctica. It broke windows, hurt some people, and sadly even led to the loss of one life. Rogue waves have caused other accidents too. That's how dangerous they really are. These days, scientists know for sure that such waves happen way more often than you can imagine. I'm talking about one rogue wave for every 10,000 normal waves. Studies also show that waves have been getting bigger over the years. Still, rogue waves are tough to predict because we don't have enough information and they come up so fast. Now, even though rogue waves occur in the oceans all around the world, some places get more of them. One is near South Africa, where a strong current called the Agulhas flows. Another is the North Atlantic Ocean, where big currents like the Gulf Stream meet. Rogue waves have also been spotted in parts of the South Atlantic, Indian, and Pacific Oceans. But even if you live far away from those places, don't relax just yet. Rogue waves can happen in big lakes too. A famous example is the SS Edmund Fitzgerald, a giant iron ore freighter that sank in Lake Superior during a storm in 1975. The lives of all 29 crew members were lost, and a rogue wave might have caused the ship to sink. And that's not the only disaster caused by a rogue wave. Before scientists started measuring these waves, many shipwrecks had been mysteries. Now, some experts believe rogue waves caused some of them. For example, the USS Cyclops disappeared in 1918. The culprit could have been a rogue wave. Other ships like the Norwegian tanker Wilstar in 1974 and the German freighter MS München in 1978 were hit by huge waves too. The Andrea Gale, a fishing boat lost in 1991, was probably sunk by a rogue wave too. Even modern cruise ships have been hit by giant waves. Rogue waves are and were quite popular among artists too. The famous Japanese artwork Under the Wave of Kanagawa shows a huge wave that many people think is a tsunami, but experts think it might actually be a rogue wave caused by wind. Rogue waves also appear in movies. For example, take the 2006 movie Poseidon. In it, a giant rogue wave hits a luxury cruise liner, which is making a transatlantic crossing. And as we see, it's something strange, unexpected, and way more mysterious than any other wave caused by the ground shaking. That's it for today. So, hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the secret.